Okay, hey, here we are. Awning's out, trying to cool down that side. The old triangle window pathy. Haven't touched it. Been too busy with this for a while. Let's head inside. All right, I'm gonna go through this as efficiently as I can. Now we're walking in, and I think the last video I shot was of the bathroom, and maybe of some of the cabinets coming together, the kitchen. Nothing's really changed there. Just did some cladding, but all that's still the same. You know, the bathroom's here. If you haven't seen the progress on this guy, we got a big tub, right? And then this is where you walk in. The floor, the walls, everything is Flex sealed. I don't know, maybe 15 coats of Flex seal. And caulked before and everything. There's a shower. You know, there's the shower nozzle and the shower wand. Again, like this lid comes off, and you just stand here, and we're gonna have a curtain, and there's a bowl, right? And we're starting to get some soft stuff going. Whereas we got this cushion for the top of the lid. You know, so it makes a bench, right? It makes a little bench here. I'm excited about using this bathroom for the first time. Getting close. All right. Kitchen, cabinets, it's a total mess in here. But I just wanted to talk through a couple things before they get covered up. The kitchen, pretty much done. I don't see anything other than bringing this vent stack through the roof. We got it pretty much done. Sinks under mounted there, and you know, you got your flow control, and this is kind of cool. This guy, and it comes off, and boom. It's a little bit. Anyway, that's cool. I like that. This straw right here, I kind of did some funky stuff with it for a reason. That one goes here. Sorry, that one goes there, and it kind of floats. I'll have to show it in the next video. We got our cooktop, gas LP cooktop, the tank for the gas appliances being the stovetop, and the water heater down there, and the fridge right here. I wish this view was bigger. Let's see if I can zoom out. Nope. All right, there's the fridge. It's a 10 cubic foot fridge. Hasn't changed. That's in some earlier videos, so you can see it in perspective. Yes, where we're at. The LP tank, 30 pounds, mounted underneath the floor, horizontal. It's a real horizontal tank, whereas, you know, barbecue tanks will sit up. You're not really supposed to put them horizontal, but this one specifically is for horizontal mount. She's chilling under there. Gas comes through the floor to a regulator, if you can kind of see it right there, and then the gas lines go under to the fridge and under to the water heater, up somewhere, tees off to the stove. Cool. Air conditioner is humming away. Brief talk about that. So air conditioner is a big deal for RVers, and you know, lots of different ways, lots of different roads you could head down. Way that we took was, after, you know, quite a bit of research, it turned out I just didn't want two things. One, I didn't want the air conditioner to rely on an inverter. It's just one more failure point. It's one more inefficiency. So what we did was we went with the 10,000 BTU. I call it a backpack style. In the earlier videos, when we walk around the RV, you can see the backpack kind of mounted to that back wall, the condenser out there. And then this is the blower coil. So far, so good. She had startup at about 90 degrees outside, being 90 degrees in here. she'll start up and run for a while at 60 amps, 60, 65 amps, and that's at, call it nominal, well, yeah, call it nominal 12 volt voltage, 60 amps, whatever. Then once it starts to cool down the space, it starts to cycle. The amperage starts to drop to about 30, 35, 40, and she starts to cycle in 50% time and then down to 30% time. So I'll tell you what, once we got all the insulation in, I got the battery monitor hooked up, I'll report back on how many kilowatt hours this thing is used in a day. And likely by then it's going to be the end of July. It's going to be about 117 degrees with 30% humidity. It's going to be nice and sticky. So we're going to give that thing a real go. Cabinets here, the bench here is coming along, but I'm kind of paused on that until the ceiling is done. Made some cool like storage things back there. There's one thing here. This lifts up. This whole panel lifts up. You get tons of storage down there. And I think I showed this in a prior video. We got our big drawer for whatever, and we got our washer, right? That was a must. Washer down there. Power system, more or less done. I just haven't started the AC circuitry yet, but whatever. It'll be quick. Again, we got 3 540 watt solar mods up on the roof, bifacial, for whatever it's worth. Running through 3 charge controllers. There's one down there too. All right, they're floating right now. Man, they've been floating since, I don't know, doesn't really matter, but they're floating with the air conditioner going. It's 100 degrees outside and it's 22 degrees Celsius in here. I think that's like 80, 78, something. Somebody can tell me. Yeah, so 3 charge controllers, 2,000 watt inverter. The inverter, it didn't need to run the air conditioner, right? And really, what AC loads do we have in here? We got the fridge. She takes about 300, 350 watts, 50% cycle. And what other AC loads? The washer, but whatever. And all our lighting's gonna be DC. Yeah. So minimal AC loads, and most of the time we could probably turn that thing off. She could just chill. We got 2 300 amp hour lithium from Power Queen. I just went everything across the board. Power Queen. You know what? It's all China's stuff. They're all the same. Don't freaking matter. Just pick something and go with it. Just don't go too cheap. So we got 300 amp hours. So 600 amp hours at 12 volt nominal lithium. They kind of snugged up nice down there. So they're parallel. I'll just walk you through how it flows. So batteries, and then we're going through 2 200 amp disconnects, and there's the battery monitor on the left. Okay, and then wires. Sorry, I'm trying to charge my phone while I'm filming this because I can't keep a phone charged in Arizona and it's hot. Right, so where were we? There's my arm. Unplug this thing. Okay, so breakers, 200 amp, just cheap, Amazon, whatever. Battery monitor into some bus bars, right? Try and keep all the battery cables the same length when you're doing parallel. There's that regulator here for the LP. And then from the bus bars, we're landing into a DC distribution block. Super fancy, $13.99 on Amazon. Comes with fuses, but not fuses that are 30 amps. So I'm sorry, 40. Those 3 are going to these charge controllers. One, I started doing some lighting circuit up by the door. You got your main in right here, main in right here, or main out. However you look at it. This handles all the in and outs, right? You got your AC to DC charger here, so when we're shored up, we're charged. We're charging or floating, whatever. If we're under a bunch of trees, that's a must, right? because the solar panels aren't going to do much, and you're under trees. And realistically, you're camping, you kind of want to be under trees. So that's there. We also have there's the inverter. I got my AC load center kind of getting built here. That's going to slap there. AC loads out. Back to the shade and everything. So you got you shore up to your AC. That thing keeps the batteries tended to, runs the air conditioner when about whatever. So, and then we also have a DC to DC charger that I haven't mounted yet. So in the worst case scenario, well, two worst case scenarios. One, it's snowing and you ain't got no solar and you got no AC input, shore power, turn the engine on, she goes to the DC to DC charger or converter. It's not really a converter, it's a regulator really, and that the circuit will be landing here and going back into the batteries. Okay, so that's like the end. That's like worst case scenario. But another worst case scenario with that would be if your starter battery died for some reason, left the running lights on or something, you could jump truck with this whole unit. So it goes both ways. Maybe I'll make another video when we're done on that. But yeah, windows, I got them covered up right now because it's hot as balls, and we got a nice young gal, Anna Jean. She's currently making curtains for us. So we're gonna have some curtains. I think they're gonna be blackout, or maybe blackout and not blackout, something options. We'll probably have those up. She'll probably have those done this week, and we'll have them up this next weekend. And then for the glass, right? For the glass system, I got transparent UV reflective film, right? That we're gonna lay on the inside, and that should take care of a lot of the UV rays. Just kick off a lot of the heat, and that will be good. I'm looking forward to doing that. It's not like the silver, meth house kind of reflective stuff. It's just gonna have a little bit of reflection, and it should do its job pretty well. Keep it a little bit cooler in here. Okay, so yeah, I'm working up here this weekend to finish the wall boarding and the trim around the windows of the bench. And I'm also kind of up here doing rough wiring and doing some support beams for the ceiling. That's going to pop up. And we got a fan here, oscillating fan that I got this last night. Actually, is a wall mount, right? So it's supposed to mount like that on a wall and go like this. But we're going to mount it upside down on the ceiling. Sorry, let me get that a little better. It's going to be mounted like that up on the ceiling, and it's not at a good angle where it is. Forget about that. This thing is going to be going like whoa, pushing air down into the main body of the cabin, and it's going to be oscillating like this. I can't wait to see how that works. We got some speakers. These are going to be we got 2 for the front and 2 for back there, and they're going to be, what do you call it? Not surface mount, but inset. Gonna have to shave the foam and pop them in. Have that done quick. Some rough wiring, and ceiling's ready to go. Now, I haven't talked about this installation yet, but when the ceiling board is going to go up, I'm going to have a can of this closed cell foam. I'm just going to spray in the hole of each light, each speaker can hole, and it's going to fill this void, right? And it's going to be solid. That goes for the rest of the whole thing. We're going to have solid 3.5-inch closed cell insulation, which is about, depending who you are and how what R values you come up with, it'd be about 14 to 16 R. It doesn't matter. It's going to be as much as we can get, right? Closed cell is the best you can do. So speakers, we put together this kind of custom shelving unit. Let me see if I can get a little better perspective of it. Here's the doorway down here, and you come up. Here's the unit that we made. Taylor's aunt gave us some cool metal that was laying around, extruded steel, and just kind of put it together. Got some of these basket things off of the online. and they were good. Undies, socks, go for it. Not much other storage on these things, so good heater. I don't know if that was up. And I got this just sitting here to protect the top plate, which is just basically pine sheathing, same as the walls. But I think I put about 27 coats of spray lacquer on this. It should shine, and this isn't a good depiction of it, but yeah. Fridge still there, 10 cubic feet. That's been in some other videos. Even before the walls went up, we had to load that thing in. Hope it doesn't crap out. If it does, I don't know. We might have to fit it through the door. Might not fit, I'm not sure. Ceiling. So, it wasn't a great experience. I've sprayed foam before plenty of times, mostly like roofing applications, doing the 2-pack, the foam pack, 2-part spray, doing foam roofing and repairs and things like that. I thought of myself as somewhat proficient at it, but I went here with this Kraken closed cell foam, just like tall spray paint cans of foam, and it I don't think the gun is in here, but it's something like this, a gun, and then the can sits on top, screws down, and you just have to like shake the hell out of it and then go for it, and just, and you could see it was let me turn this down so it doesn't sound like a whirlwind in here. Sorry. Alright, that might be better. It came out like, I don't even know how to describe this. It's good, but it adhered well. But as hard as I tried, you see like pockets here. It came out in this globular situation. Like, it's wild. Like, I had no idea that it would be this difficult to get clean. And I'm obviously not going to tear it down, but in total, we've got, throughout the whole RV, so walls took about, I don't know, 8 cans for the whole wall system, right? And that's filled, not much. It's filled like 5/8 inch or something, whatever the thickness of, it's filled like this much, right? The wall system, but it does fill the grooves of the siding and whatever. I don't know, 8-10 cans throughout the whole wall system, filled solid. Now, the ceiling, I finished off a 12-pack after I did the wall, so let's call it, 4 cans in the ceiling, finished like just like this, 4 cans. I went and bought another 12-pack of these this spray foam, and this is what the end result is. I've got about, all in all, I think you would say I've got about 1.5 inches across this 200 square foot ceiling. Each one of these cans was supposedly supposed to cover 20 board feet. And I don't know. I don't know if I did it wrong, or I just don't know. But I'm still happy with it. It's a good solid foam. And like I said, up there, we're gonna, when the ceiling gets mounted and the light holes are in, these are the lights we're using here. These guys, right before they go in, I'm just gonna load it up and spray, across the whole inside, and that will fill that cavity. So, and I'm gonna take care of all these little holes and stuff, fill them up. Great stuff this time. All right. Hey, so that's it for now. Probably be done in about 2 weeks. 2 weeks, maybe about $35 more in material. I tell you what though, this is like my favorite part so far. I think this is really cushy. It's okay. Hey, catch you later. Thanks for watching. Bye.